Good afternoon and welcome to Valley News. Now I'm Adam Shelf. Today I am joined by a couple guests. We're going to start with guest number one, Andrew Holmquist. Andrew, thank you so much for joining me in Studio B this afternoon. Great to see you. How's your day going so far?
Not too bad, beautiful Friday out. Nice and sunny in a September day, so can't beat it.
Best time of year?
I like August a little better. I like that
Okay.
heat, but we still got a little bit left, so.
I like that football weather, they call it. Starts to cool down, not too cool.
See, I'm a motorcycle guy, so it's very conflicting.
Okay.
So.
Speaking of motorcycle guy, we're here talking about another motorcycle guy.
Yep.
Branden Ashmore, beloved barber, dare I say, and someone who's having a benefit tomorrow to help him through a difficult time. Let's start at the beginning here with what Branden's going through. Recently suffered a shoulder injury. Branden is a barber, one of the co-founders of Nice Barber, and it's kept him out of work. And it sounds like you and Branden kind of go way back. You've been helping with the fundraising. You've been helping organize this event. How do you know Branden?
So I've known Branden for coming up on a little over 8 years now, actually. So I moved here 8 years ago. Didn't really have a whole lot of friends when I moved out here. It was kind of a whim thing, but Branden was one of my first friends. From there, our friendship turned into me being one of his first customers while he was in barber college. And we kind of stuck around ever since doing motorcycle stuff. He still cuts my hair. Just a big part of my life on a day-to-day basis.
And so it kind of goes above and beyond just normal friendship when you're helping to organize something like this. And so why is it so important to you that you were inspired to help put on this event?
So a little about Branden. For those that don't know him, he is truly a guy that will give you the shirt off his back. Doesn't matter if it's 2 or 3 a.m., he'll answer that phone call, he'll be there for you. You need help moving a couch, he's the guy to be there. Any benefit we've had for anybody else, any nonprofit event, you'll usually find Branden out there in the crowd as a donor or willing to help out, setting chairs up, setting tables up. I mean, he's an all-around big part of our community. So.
And I think that's a really interesting and important point to make there, that Branden is always helping with these events. He cuts my hair too. Not in a while. I might need one once he gets healed up. But he's always helping with different charity events, different events for nonprofits, and now the community kind of rallying around him. What's that like for you to kind of see that community now, step up for him?
It's really important. So, I mean, one thing about Branden, he's a small business owner. I'm a small business owner. I work with another small business. And to be able to keep those things going and to keep that American dream alive, we do rely heavily on the community that, one, we help foster just to keep that dream going. So without the support of Branden, it's hard for me to do what I do. Without me supporting him, it's going to be hard to keep him going. So really important that we kind of rally together as a small business community and then as the greater Fargo-Moorhead area community.
Now, as far as the event goes, it sounds like there's just a lot of cool stuff going on. For those who don't know, Nice Barber is located inside Jade Events Center. That's the building that also has Fargo Brewing, concert hall, a lot of different things that can be done at that facility. So tomorrow, it sounds like there's a lot of cool stuff going.
Yep, so in Nice Barber Company, we're going to have a silent auction going. Branden's crew is going to be doing haircuts. What else did we have going on? So it was a silent auction, haircuts. Of course, we'll have some music jamming. There's beer available. I mean, all around, it's going to be a good time. A lot of great people to hang with.
And tattoos.
Tattoos, yep. Totally forgot about tattoos.
That's crazy. You could go in there, come out a changed man.
Yeah, I've picked up 1 or 2 tattoos here from Nice Barber Company, just from little events that we've had going on there. But no, absolutely. It'll be a great time, great people for a great cause.
And so, obviously, with medical emergencies, medical challenges come a lot of bills. So I imagine that's one of the large things that this is helping Branden with. So what kind of challenges is this helping him tackle during this challenging time?
So even with insurance, one thing that's really a challenge as a small business owner is, even if your medical bills are covered, there's a lot of expenses you don't see. I mean, one, you've got your personal expenses, your rent, making sure that you're able to eat at night, putting gas in your truck. It goes beyond that. So you're a business owner. Now you're working with your hands. You can't do that anymore. Who's paying the rent on your shop? Who's making sure your employees are paid? So there's a lot of other expenses that come out of pocket that put additional stress. So it's really, really a lot to take on. It's a lot that's very beneficial to keep him going as an individual and to be able to keep that cornerstone business that we have in Fargo alive and thriving.
And how long have you been in the area?
I've lived here since 2016.
Okay. And so you've known Branden, yeah, that goes about 8 years then. I moved here a few years ago, and he was one of the first people I met as well. When by that point he already had his business up and running, but he's been a good guy. There's a reason I keep coming back to him. What's that friendship and relationship with him meant to you?
Quite a bit, really. So he's been there at every milestone I've had here living in Fargo. He's been there as I've been a part of different things, as I've started different events. Branden's always one of the first ones to buy tickets, to show up and help set up chairs and tables, or just help spread the word. So, I mean, he's a really, really great guy. Very personal relationships he makes with not just me, but my family as well. So, all around, I'd yelp him a 10 out of 10. So
10 out of 10,
10 out of 10.
Well, I think it's only appropriate that Branden talks to us next. And so stand by in just a few minutes. We're going to get him switched out, and we'll have him take a seat in this chair. Andrew, thank you so much for joining us on Valley News Now. It's a pleasure to have you. Any closing thoughts or anything else you want to share before we switch out here?
Yeah, if you're looking for something fun to do, come join us tomorrow, September 21st, from noon to 4 at Nice Barber Company inside of Fargo Brewing.
Awesome. We'll be right back on Valley News Now. Welcome back. Now joined by the man of the hour, Branden Ashmore. Branden, great to see you again.
Good to see you.
Been a while. So, let's just kind of start where it all started. This obviously, like a lot of life's challenges, came out of nowhere for you. Mm-hmm. And so tell us what happened.
I was having a great weekend. I was out riding a motorcycle all weekend. And it's ironic because everybody thought I got in a motorcycle accident, and I did not, thankfully. But I ended up going to Blue Stem to a concert that night, and everything was going awesome. It was a great show. Dwight Yoakam was playing. And towards the end of the night, me and some friends saw a little scuffle, and we tried to help take care of the situation. And I just took a random weird fall. And I ended up hitting the ground, and I hyperextended, I dislocated, fractured, and tore my shoulder, all within a matter of 5 seconds. So as I lay on the ground, I knew something was wrong. So I had some other friends there at the time, and I tried getting up off the ground. My left arm would not move. So went straight to the hospital, and I've been in like this ever since.
And what's life been like? Obviously, you haven't been able to work. That's a huge part of what you do. I mean, I know your hours there. You spend, I think it would probably be fair to say, about half your time at that barber shop, and you've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears over the years into just getting that thing off the ground, and now a pretty successful business within the community. What's life been like since you kind of had to put down the scissors and trimmer?
Honestly, I thought I'd be way more stressed out than I actually am, but I've had a lot of support from a lot of people, which I'm kind of used to being the guy that helps out, not receives help. So just being able to let my guard down, let people take care of me has been a really humbling and new experience for me. I appreciate every single person that's reached out to me and talked to me and, asked if there's anything they can do. And it's like, I really don't know. It's like, as of right now, it's a really weird feeling not being able to lift one of your arms, for instance. It's something I've never really been hurt. So you go into basically working your entire life to having like a 5-second accident, and now it really puts things in perspective how easy it is to actually end up in a really bad spot.
Now, one of the things that's, I think, just really unique about our relationship, you being my barber, is every time I've come in, you know, I'm a member of the media, and it seems like every single time you're telling me, hey, this event's coming up.
Yep.
And it's going to benefit these people. We got this event coming up, and it's going to benefit those people. And I know you're from the greater area as well. And so why are you so passionate about helping the community, and what kind of stuff do you regularly stay involved in?
Like a lot of my other friends, I grew up in a town, Ulen, Minnesota, 500 people. And everybody in that town, which Andrew actually has family from that town as well, everybody in that town looks out for everyone. I mean, it's just the way we were brought up. If your parents weren't around, the neighbors were taking care of you, you know? And you just learn to take care of everybody, because that's the easiest way to make a community work. So when my business partners and I got together and talked about opening a barbershop almost 4 years ago now, we really talked about trying to find a way to instill that small town community neighborhood barbershop vibe. And since we've opened, we've done benefits and fundraisers and, you know, school drives, and just recently, a year or two ago, I had a friend of mine broke her leg in an accident. Yeah. And I remember thinking, I'm like, man, she's not gonna be able to cut hair. She's got her own shop. She's by herself. And I just didn't feel right, you know, just saying, hey, hope you feel better. I felt like we needed to do something to help. Because in like the community, like the barbering community or the motorcycle community, everybody takes care of everybody. So I felt like I needed to reach out and do something. And when this happened, I was totally against having any kind of benefit, but I didn't know what to do. So I let my friends take over and take care of me this time. And I'm just trying to figure out a way to repay them.
Well, what's that support just felt like for you?
What's that?
What has that support felt like for you?
Man, it's awesome, you know, because like I will say that it doesn't matter how, you might be having a terrible day, but I tell you what, there's something about doing a good deed for somebody else that automatically makes you feel better. So it's just, I think we should all do stuff like that all the time, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Everybody helps everybody. A lot less people are going to be needing help.
Exactly.
And so that's a great thing. It's inspiring to see the community rally around you like that. And really, it just seems like a super cool event. And so what are you looking forward to tomorrow?
Everything. I mean, it's going to be very interesting and very humbling seeing how many people actually show up, you know? I usually like being the guy in the corner that just kind of does things behind the scenes. But tomorrow I don't have that option. So I'll be that Walmart greeter tomorrow and say hi to everybody and welcome everyone. I mean, we have some amazing tattoo artists that are going to be there. My team, especially like Scott, Jacob, and Jared in the shop, they've been pulling all my slack and taking care of all my guys since I've been gone. I've been out for a month and a half already, and it's probably going to be a little while till I get back as well. So doing physical therapy and just trying to be around as much as I can, so they don't forget who I am.
No one's
That chair's empty a lot right now. So, but the silent auction is really cool. I've had a lot of people, a lot of different companies around town donate items, and the items they donated are stuff that I really just want to take home because everything's so cool.
And what kind of stuff?
Oh, we have like a signed football from Kirk Cousins. We have a really awesome Pabst Blue Ribbon golf bag, Yeti coolers, Yeg coolers, artwork from guys like Punch Gut, just gym memberships. I mean, there's everything that is laid out for that silent auction is something that you can actually use. and not something that you're just going to buy and throw in your closet or your garage, you know?
Well, I mean, Kirk Cousins isn't on the Vikings anymore. You might
I
just
know.
throw it in your closet.
No kidding. I had one person say that they want to get that football so they can bring it to a game and throw it at him and give it back to him.
Oh, that would be hilarious. I don't know when the Vikings play the Falcons, but
Yeah. No, it should be good. I mean, I have a feeling it's going to be a packed house. So
I have a feeling as well. What's that road to recovery looking like for you? I know just recently when we touched base, still a lot of unanswered questions. Do you have any more of those answered at this point?
a little bit. I started physical therapy 2 weeks ago, and as long as my fracture doesn't get worse, they think that I can just do physical therapy, which is what I wanted to hear. Because if I had to have surgery, they were talking about me being out for like 6 to 12 months.
Wow.
And I don't know what I'd move in with Andrew if I had to then at that point. I'm sure he'd love that. So.
Well, awesome, Brandon. Obviously, I wish you a very speedy recovery. I think that's some good news that hopefully you can avoid the surgery.
Yep.
Anything else you feel like you want to touch on, or anything you want to talk about before we let you go?
I just want to thank everybody that's reached out, and kind of, reach out and just kind of coach me through different things and steered me in the right direction. Because when you get laid up and you can't do anything, you can't move, you can't do. I haven't tied my shoes in a month and a half. When you lose the ability to do the simplest tasks, you get kind of down on yourself, and it's having a good support system. They just keep you busy and keep you normal. And I would just say if you ever run into anybody in any kind of situation, just ask them how they're doing, do something for them, make sure they're heading in the right direction, because it can really change the outcome of somebody's day, It's I can't wait to be healed and back to work is what I'm shooting for right now. And I just appreciate everybody that's helping me get to that point.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Tomorrow's event starts at 12. It goes to 4 o'clock. Tattoos, silent auction, haircuts. I assume there's going to be some beer too.
There might be.
There might be at Fargo Brewing.
If you like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, if you're into that kind of thing, you can find it there. Brandon, great to see you.
Good to see you, man.
And nice to have you in my chair. I wish it was under different circumstances.
I should be cutting your hair right now.
Yeah,
One
hand. Maybe only half of it. We'll see. Look forward to getting another cut from you, hopefully real soon. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on Valley News Now. Stay with us. More action. We got the Weekend Funcast coming up. We got a check-in on sports with Devin ahead of his Friday night action. So thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see